right, welcome back, my regular viewers, listeners, and watchers. And of course, if you happen to be here for the very first time, welcome. Before I go any further, my name is Rahul George, India's premier iHypnosis life healer coach and your personal guide. Today we're going into a different direction. I know the last couple of days I've been talking about what happens when you do the work and you are let's say preparing for another project. So maybe more of the same, or maybe you're going a different direction. But what's important is that you keep showing up and you do the work. Right? This is something that I keep talking about, and one theme that I'll tell you that keeps making it so obvious to me that is one of the main reasons why you will experience success, and that's something that I'm going to unpack today. So the theme for today, of course, is enjoying the fruits of our labor. I say this because now that I've started to focus on the retreat, the iHypnosis Life Transformations Retreat. This is of course happening in November for 3 days on the 14th, 15th, and the 16th. I had a very interesting experience earlier today, and this happened when I was getting ready to record a video to thank a friend of mine, Kartika, for inviting me into a community and sharing the program that I've created, sharing details about the retreat. And what was interesting was that as I started to record the video, uh, now interestingly enough, the surrounding wasn't perfect. There was a lot of noise around. I was testing out new tech, but in spite of that, I decided to just record. And as I started to record, I could feel there was this new appreciation for something that I've been doing now over the last 3 years. Obviously, what I'm talking about is the daily life that I do. And so I was, kind of reminded of why it's so important for us to keep showing up, and why it's so important to do what is called practicing sadhana, meaning your daily practice. And recording the video felt so natural. I could feel like as if I was, connecting with people who will be listening to this video, watching this video. And so I want to share three observations that I made during the course of recording this pod today. And more importantly, during the course of recording the video earlier today. So the first thing, of course, is and this is, if you've been here now long enough, you're no surprise, you're no stranger to this, but I'll say it again, which is it's so important to keep showing up. I know in the past there've been so many times that I've kind of gotten lost along the way. Maybe I would have started, creating reels. If I go further back in time, even before reels existed, I would maybe create a poster, a carousel, but somehow the intention wasn't strong enough, and I would drop off. I would let go of it. And this was something that I didn't realize at the time, that I was, you know, let's say, missing an important lesson. Now, as I look back, I know that showing up really is where all the magic begins. And when you do that, when you make it a point to show up, the second important thing happens, which is when you're showing up from time to time, there will be these opportunities. There will be, um, there'll be times when you can, tap into maybe a new project that you hadn't thought about. Like in my case, recording that video for a dear friend, and literally getting an opportunity for more people to get to know about the retreat. That happened, and this is where, like I say, stay open. So one is keep showing up. The second is, of course, to stay open. As long as you stay open, in fact, even as I was recording the video, I knew that it was not perfect, but I was willing to just stay open to what was happening in the moment. Just as when I decided that okay, it was time to release and time to talk to people about the retreat. Um, Staying open is what got me to this point where now we're looking at multiple collaborations. And what I can say, of course, is that if you're somebody who's been figuring out or wondering how do you do the things that you want to do, how do you expand your business, how do you grow your business, these two things are so important. Keep showing up, and of course, stay open. And lastly, and I think this is the most important part, and that's one reason why I somehow will make it a point to show up here and record this pod, and that is to have fun. I mean, like I said, if this was not fun for me, there's no way I would have lasted the last 3 years. So, whether it be in your coaching business, your healing business, or whether it be in creating content, if you're not able to have fun, sooner or later, but eventually you'll run out of the excitement, you'll run out of the energy. But on the other hand, if this is fun for you, then you will show up, you will discover new things about yourself, and of course, you'll also be able to help so many people along the way. So, as always, having said all of this, remember to live your purpose. And last but not the least, if there's maybe one person that you can share this pod with, share this recording, definitely do that. And of course, having said all of that, remember to live your purpose. God bless. And of course, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.